Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now August 19th of 2021. We are only getting closer and closer to the release of the Book of Boba Fett, which by the way is going to be all killer, no filler, as Robert Rodriguez likes to say about this new TV show, which makes it all the more exciting because I know a lot of fans out there have been very upset with some episodes of The Bad Batch and some episodes specifically in The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 on and off. You know, nobody likes filler all the time, so the Book of Boba Fett really is going to deliver. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars material. Also, if you guys would like to go ahead and check me out at Mike01 on Twitter, you guys can go ahead and go there if you would like to. Now, we're in a very interesting phase right now, so we're entering into September. September is going to be a very interesting month because this is going to be when we're going to be learning a little bit more about what's to come for those big announcements coming our way by this November. So this November, Disney CEO Bob Chapek is going to unveil a plethora of Star Wars TV trailers. Of course, for many of the TV shows like Kenobi, Ahsoka, and others out there that have yet to be even announced. So a lot of them will be title reveals, some little small teasers here and there, some reveal of footage. That's going to really get the fans ramped up for what's to come in 2022, which I must add is going to be loaded with Star Wars material. So we're now in a very interesting part because a lot of the fan favorite characters are coming back to the franchise. We already have Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, Leia in, of course, other characters like Boba Fett and others out there coming back into the Star Wars universe in multiple different ways. So the thing that really takes me by surprise is what Lucasfilm had to say about a specific beloved character from the prequel trilogy era. So let's dive right into it. Now, with both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni getting ready to unveil the trailer for the Book of Boba Fett in the coming weeks, the fandom is getting very excited about what's to come for the new Star Wars shows and movies that will all connect to each other in different and unexpected ways. It's noted that recently Lucasfilm has been very busy setting up their big reveals for this November that will give fans not just one trailer, but multiple trailers of many Star Wars shows for the future on the Disney Plus platform. Now, in a recent interview with a Lucasfilm spokesperson, she was questioned about some of the returning fan favorite characters. At one point in time, she was questioned about the return of actor Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu into the Star Wars world, to where she replied, "You know, it's funny that you mentioned such a well-respected character in the lore and within the prequels, and I can say that I am not at liberty to say, or of course anything involving this character on his return. However, I think that you are going to be very happy about the outcome." We had actually discussed about Mace's return with George Lucas some time ago, and that Lucas was very much up for the idea. However, I cannot confirm or touch on or deny of that actually being in the works right now. But we are doing everything to please the fans with many familiar characters. Further, she was eventually pressed on if Mace Windu survived the fall in Episode 3, to which the spokesperson replied that we had talks about this with Lucas, and he repeatedly had told us that he absolutely would have survived the fall. If so many characters like Darth Maul, for example, survived, he can certainly survive too. Now, additionally, on top of this, completely separate from all of this, Samuel L. Jackson is said to be returning as Mace Windu for The Mandalorian Season 4, as we discussed months ago, where of course Luke, Ahsoka, and others seek an elderly Jedi who holds crucial information and knowledge from the past involving a secret about Sidious and new details about Order 66 that will hold saga-wide implications. Now, Sam Jackson is also said to have his own Jedi show as Mace Windu that takes place after the events of Order 66. Multiple years to be specific that they are planning for a 2024 release, followed by his elderly version in The Mandalorian Season 4 for 2023. Both John and Dave have been working hard with Jackson on his return that is said to be announced by this November that will take fans by surprise. So this is a very interesting development because Lucasfilm low-key confirmed that Mace is indeed coming back, of how she's very excited about the outcome of this particular character or returning fan favorite characters, so to speak. Now, the thing about this also is that we also know that Samuel Jackson touched on this some years ago. I believe it was at Star Wars Celebration when they were promoting Rogue One, that he and George had discussed that Mace Windu absolutely survived the fall, and that he was begging Kathleen Kennedy for a job. He was begging Kathleen Kennedy to bring back Mace Windu into the Star Wars canon, or into the Star Wars world, right? So, Mace Windu, one of my fan-favorite characters, I will say, obviously has had such a great impact on the prequel trilogy and exactly what unfolds between Anakin and Sidious. It's a very interesting thing. If you really focus on everything in episodes 1, 2, and 3, you'll find it pretty surprising that Mace Windu had a big impact on many of Anakin Skywalker's decisions in life throughout episodes 1 through 3, especially in the third episode, Revenge of the Sith. So, obviously, you know, Lucasfilm does not want to unveil this just yet, but we are getting this major announcement involving Mace Windu by this November, so that's just a couple of months away. Now, Disney wants to keep on doing incredible things, not just with Star Wars, but also with Marvel, alright? So CinemaCon is this upcoming Monday. That is apparently when the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer is going to be unveiled, giving us a little first look at Doc Ock by Alfred Molina, and maybe even a little tease of Tobey and Andrew as the other Spider-Men. So that's exactly what Disney is pretty much up to right now. Basically, Tobey's return into the Marvel Universe is the equivalent of Hayden's return as Anakin Skywalker in, of course, the Kenobi series. That's pretty much what Disney is trying to do. They're trying to do these wild, crazy, exciting things that can fit into the storylines and have a explanation backed up behind all of it, and I respect that. So, I would love for you guys, to chime in. Let me know what you think about Mace Windu's return. Do you really think that this is a good decision on Disney's part? I know that a lot of presumed dead characters are coming back to life. We've seen this with Palpatine. We have seen this, of course, with Darth Maul in the past, as well as many other characters. However, we're now in a phase where this is also happening with Boba Fett, who also fell into a pit. A lot of characters that fall into a deep chasm or out of a window or pretty much into a pit or a hole, whatever it may be, seems to come back to life in some way, shape, or form. Han Solo, of course, was the very own character that did not come back to life. Technically speaking, quote-unquote, he did come back in spirit through a vision through Ben Solo, powered by Leia. So, I kind of like that. It was like a different way of bringing him back to life, but at the same exact time, it wasn't. So he was the one and only character that fell into a deep chasm that did not come back. So, like I said, guys, I would really like to hear what you have to say about Mace Windu, the development of this new Mace Windu TV series that's going to focus on a post-Order 66 era, as well as an elderly version of Mace Windu where Sam Jackson is going to go through extensive makeup techniques to appear elderly. Pretty much holding all that valuable information in the prequels. So, like I say, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night